All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are digging into a book that's, well, it's legendary. We're talking about Think and Grow Rich. Our goal here is to really boil down Napoleon Hill's core ideas into a powerful formula for success.
So let's just jump right in with the big one, right? The question that Napoleon Hill basically dedicated more than 20 years of his life to answering. Is there really a single formula for success? Not just for getting rich, but for, a successful life.
So where does this all start? Well, our story kicks off with this absolutely massive task, a quest, really, given to a young Napoleon Hill by one of the richest men on the planet at the time, the industrial giant Andrew Carnegie.
And look, the sheer scale of this challenge, it was just staggering. Carnegie basically told Hill, here's your life's mission. He wanted him to spend the next 2 decades studying over 500 of the biggest names of the era. We're talking titans of industry, to find that one repeatable formula that connected all of them. And the goal? It wasn't just about getting rich, it was about mastering life itself.
Okay, so what was Hill's first big breakthrough? He realized that the starting point for any kind of achievement, it's not out there in the world. Nope, it's right here between your ears. He figured out that you absolutely have to master your internal world before you can even think about conquering the external one.
And he gave this mindset a name: success consciousness. So what does that actually mean? Look, the crucial point is this. It's the absolute, unshakable belief that you are the master of your own destiny. That your mind is a tool, a powerful tool that you control and can aim at whatever target you choose.
So how do you actually maintain that control? Well, this is where Hill gives us this brilliant analogy. He says to think of your mind like a medieval castle. It's your most valuable asset, and it's constantly under siege, from negative thoughts, endless distractions, and all the time-wasting ideas other people try to push on you. You have to defend it.
And what's cool is that Hill didn't just leave it as an analogy. He turned it into a practical strategy with 3 layers of mental defense. It's all about being incredibly selective. The outer walls, they're for filtering out all that casual negativity. The second wall lets in only the people and ideas that really truly align with your goals. But that final layer, the inner keep, that's your sacred space. It's your non-negotiable sanctuary for deep, uninterrupted focus and belief.
Okay, so you've got your mental castle all fortified. But what happens when something bad happens? When adversity manages to get past the walls. This is where Hill's next principle comes in, and it completely flips the script on how we look at failure. It turns it from this big, scary threat into a tool.
He basically says, look, adversity is not a stumbling block trying to stop you, it's a tonic, something meant to make you stronger. Think about it. Almost nobody just marches straight to success without hitting some kind of temporary failure. The real key is how you frame it. It's not a reason to quit. It's a mandatory ingredient for your own growth.
And this right here, this is the whole game. Hill was so adamant about this that he told his readers, write this down, carry it with you, burn it into your brain. The idea is that inside every single setback, every heartbreak, every disadvantage, there is a seed of an equivalent or maybe even a greater benefit.
I mean, just look at Thomas Edison, who was one of the people Hill studied. The guy was deaf, but he didn't see it as a handicap. No way. He actually considered it a competitive advantage. It shielded him from all the worthless chatter and forced him to develop his intuition, to, as he put it, hear from within. Amazing, right?
All right, all of this brings us to the absolute core of Hill's entire philosophy. It's the engine that drives everything else. He called it the supreme secret. This is the force that connects all the principles we've talked about and turns an intangible thought into a tangible reality.
And here it is. Simple, but so powerful. Anything the human mind can believe, the human mind can achieve. Now pay close attention to that word, believe. This is not about a casual wish or some fleeting hope. We're talking about a deep, emotionally charged, subconscious conviction, the kind of belief that literally commands your mind to find the ways and means to make it happen.
But there's a catch. To make this supreme secret actually work for you, you have to answer this question with absolute, piercing clarity. Vagueness is the enemy here. Hill insisted that you must have a definite chief aim, one single, crystal clear objective.
So, how do you build that kind of intense belief? Well, Hill gives us this 6-step formula, and it's not magic, it's a practical tool for programming your subconscious mind. See, by writing down your goal, your plan, your deadline, and then reading it out loud every single day,
You're using a process called autosuggestion. You're basically closing the gap between what you consciously want and what your subconscious believes until your mind just accepts your goal as an inevitable fact.
Okay, so let's say you do all this. You apply the principles, you hit your financial goals. You're rich. Is that it? Is that the end of the journey? For Hill, absolutely not. He argued that money on its own is not the real prize. There's a much, much bigger reward to be won.
And that ultimate goal is peace of mind. Hill makes it crystal clear here. He says if you are ever forced to choose between material wealth and your own inner peace, you have to choose peace. Every time. Let the other stuff go. Because true success is that perfect harmony of both outer and inner riches.
And what's interesting is he didn't see these two goals as being in conflict with each other. In fact, he thought one fuels the other. Think about it. A mind that's free from fear and worry and bitterness, that mind is going to be way more creative, more resilient, and just flat out more effective at achieving any goal you set for it, including the financial ones.
So when you put it all together, real success, true success, it isn't just one of these things. It's not just the money. It's the beautiful, harmonious balance of all three. It's having financial wealth, that deep sense of peace of mind, and a fulfilling life purpose. That's what creates a life that isn't just rich, but is truly, deeply successful.
Look, Napoleon Hill spent a huge part of his life discovering this formula and basically laying out the map for us. Now that you have it, the journey is all yours. And that just leaves us with one final, powerful question. What great goal are you going to command your mind to believe into existence?